Diversified. Classroom Management 101. Inclusive and diversified. Classroom Management 101. Inclusive and diversified. Classroom Management 101. Hello, everybody. This is Sheniynah Richardson of SheRich Educational Consulting, here with another blog number 12, Rapport Killers. In simplified terms, rapport has to do with you being cool with your kids and your kids being cool with you. The evidence of such is that your students will be willing to go above and beyond in order to satisfy your expectations, and that goes behaviorally as well as academically. Rapport is not about watering down your expectation, but it's about holding firm and keeping students accountable for what you do expect of them. It is earned respect. As teachers, we have all been guilty of bribing students to behave or complete our assignments. And what we have found out is that it's costly and the effects are temporal. They do not last, because the very day you run out of Twinkies is the very day you do not get complaints from your students. Systems of reward-based performance neglect the very standards of Common Core in the avenue that students are not problem solvers and independent thinkers. They are waiting on treats and tricks in order to perform in your classroom, and that does not set a healthy stage for college and career readiness. Students need to know that life is not always going to give you immediate and tangible rewards. In order to see what you want to come to pass, it has to do with hard work and dedication and putting your best foot forward until said objective or goal is obtained. It's not just going to happen. You have to put in work, even when it doesn't look like you're going to be rewarded. Ultimately, this type of discipline needs to be instilled within our kids because, as I mentioned, when you run out of game tokens and carnival tickets, then you're back to square one. And I wouldn't even say it's a square one, it's like a -10, because now they are conditioned to look for prizes and treats for doing what they are already expected to do. So, teachers with great rapport do not have to bribe kids with treats and tricks. Students will perform because, like I said, they want to show you that they respect you by being obedient and doing the best that they can in your classroom. So, I have 12 rapport killers, and I'm going to start with number 1. Assuming the worst about a student. Yes, you've heard me say this time and time again. However, I repeat it because it is very true. Never assume that a student is deliberately choosing to be a failure. Assume that the student merely lacks the tools to become a success. Assuming the worst about children will have them viewing you in a negative light, and it would be difficult for them to submit to you, and there will be conflicts along the way for simple directives like have a seat. And that will set up the stage for a back and forth battle between you and the students because you're already expecting them to be out of character and to misbehave. Number 2, having too many bad days. Inevitably, life will give you limits. People in your family may get sick. You may get sick. You got a gas bill due and a light bill too. Telephone disconnect. You're waiting on your next paycheck. So life happens. However, it is important not to fire off on your students about it. They are innocent casualties in the whole situation. However, in the event that you shoot up some students with your temper or your attitude, a heartfelt apology will suffice and put you back on track with great rapport with your students. So, I will also add that you have to know your limitations. If you feel yourself breaking, ask for help. Be able to know when you're breaking so you can step away. Because we're people, not robots. Control, Alt, Delete does not reboot us and reset up everything that we need for us to be on track in life. So, reach out for help and know what your limits are. Okay? Number 3, not practicing what you preach. If your expectation is no eating in class, don't eat in front of your students. If your expectation is no cell phones in class, don't be on your cell phone in front of the students. The whole, I'm a great big teacher and you're just a little bitty student, does not fly well, and it does nothing to enhance rapport among your students. Number 4, rapport killer number 4, not doing your best. You teach the same topic every year. Your lesson plans have not changed in the last 5 years. Students are going to listen to your lecture. They're going to copy the notes. They're going to take a pre-quiz or complete a worksheet. Then they're going to take a test. Why? Because it's convenient for you. But there's no actual evidence that this is effective. But the only reason why you continue on this path is because you're in your comfort zone. Students can tell when your lesson plans come from the heart, because that's what teaching is. It's a work of heart. And they can also tell when the lesson plans have been manufactured. Just like you could tell if your students put forth effort into your assignments. So, with that being said, just do your best and students will do their best for you. Number 5, being flaky, inconsistent, hot, and then cold. Standards and expectations should be enforced from beginning to end. Some days you will be tired. Most days you will feel as if you're performing a thankless job. True. 100% facts. However, you can never just lower the bar because of your emotions or because of circumstances and situations. You have to keep your eyes on the prize and focus on the mark. Students that are inconsistent with their work habits, they merely are mimicking a teacher that is inconsistent with their expectation. Number 6, being a tyrant or a bully. No, life is not fair, but your classroom should be. Criticisms and put downs are not cool, you guys. Even if students want to engage a roasting battle with you and mimic what they see on a Wildin' Out episode and crack the jokes on you and get all Kevin Hart, do not fall in the trap of putting yourself in the same standard as the student, at the same level as a student, because it's a child's game, and as an adult, you cannot win. But I know you're like, Miss Richardson, but I gotta get back at them. I really want to get back at them. Okay, so this is what I have said in the past. I'll let them go on, oh, you're this, you're that, you're whatever. And I'll say, okay, are you finished? Is it my turn? And they're curious now. What is she going to say? Say, okay, so since we're doing this, we're doing the opinion exchange. I have some opinions about you, but I don't think you want to hear them. And some students would just stop altogether because they're like, whoa, I don't want her to embarrass me, so let me be quiet. And they might wait after class and ask me what my opinion was of them. Or some of them will be so bold to say, oh, yeah, what is your opinion of me? So either way, they wanted to know. So my response was this: okay, this is my opinion about you. I think you're wonderful, and I love you. Shut it all the way down. 10 points for the teacher. Okay. They couldn't say another mumbling word except for, I love you too, and you're my favorite. That's all it is. Okay, so that's a way to, keep that rapport. We don't want to damage kids because we never know how what we say, even if it's a joke, might impact them for the rest of their life. It could potentially do so. Number 7, lacking empathy. Now, having empathy basically acknowledges that I see you have issues, concerns, or problems. However, the expectation is still set and you must perform. But when a student says, I have a headache, and you say, I don't care about you having a headache, in the student code, I have a headache is transferable to, I don't understand number 5, or I need help and I'm struggling. So when you say, I don't care that you have a headache, you're going to do this work, that's the same thing as saying, I don't care that you're not grasping the information. Rapport killer number 8, rejecting student feedback. So, again, the student language would be, I'm hot or I'm cold in this classroom and I can't focus. Well, that is their way, again, of saying that I'm struggling with the lesson. So once I was able to read into what the students were saying and come up with the resolution, I was better able to help them through and pick up on their feedback and accept it and apply it, and it became a better day. So, moving on. Number 9. Openly feuding with parents, colleagues, and supervisors. Well, I'm going to have to pause right there, but come right back for the part 2 because you're going to want to hear this. I'm waiting on you. See you in a bit.